In this video, we're going to talk about number bonds one more time, this time with place value, in using them in addition problems and subtraction problems. So as we saw with base 10 blocks, we were doing problems like 45 plus 32 and drawing all of those blocks and seeing if we had to carry or not and all that good stuff. Okay, so base 10 blocks are a very good way to use in the classroom, in groups, tactile touching and seeing. But as you probably noticed, drawing all of those squares or rectangles are kind of a pain. So another method that you can use is you can use number bonds. So how number bonds work are basically that you would take this 45 and we're going to separate it by place value. So we're going to say we have 4 10s and 5 1s. And to that, I'm going to add 32, which is 30 or 3 10s and 2 1s. Okay. So what we have here is basically, you could think of this as kind of, instead of drawing 4 skinny sticks, I just write the number 40. And instead of drawing 5 little ones, I write 5. Okay. So then when I put these guys together, I'm going to have 70 and I'll have 7. So my answer would be 77. Okay. All right. Now, it obviously gets a little bit trickier, though, when we're talking about borrowing. And honestly, our diagram got kind of crazy. So maybe instead of drawing more circles and lines, at this point, it would make more sense just to stack the 40 and the 30 and the 5 and the 2 together. I think that's going to make it a little bit cleaner for our purposes and our notes. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about a problem where we end up carrying over. So to change this to a problem where we would carry over, if I had 67 plus 35, okay, so let's see if I can be a little bit more organized in this. Okay, so I'm going to break this number bond, or use this number bond for 10s and 1s. And I'm going to use this one again for 10s and 1s. Good so far? Okay, since I want to add them together, I'm going to take that 60 and 30. I'm going to take that 7 and the 5. Okay. All right, cool. So 60 plus 30 is 90. 7 plus 5 is 12. Now what we're going to do, though, is instead of carrying over, we're just going to say what's 90 plus 12. And 90 plus 12 is, well, 90 plus 10 more is 100, plus 2 more is 102. So in this instance, we're not going to show actual carrying over. It's more we're just going to combine the 90 and the 12 to get there. If you wanted to, though, you could. You could say, oh, well, guess what? That 12 is the same thing as a 10 plus a 2. I'm going to get that 100 plus 2 to get to 102. So it's all about where your class is at the moment, if they want to just practice the 90 plus the 12, or if you want to break it down some more. Okay, now let me show you how number bonds work with subtraction. It's going to be pretty similar. They're just going to have a minus in between. In fact, let's do that. Let's just write a minus in between. Okay, so if I'm going to have a minus in between, then that means I'm going to have minuses down here. Okay, so 60 take away 30 is 30. 7 take away 5 is 2. Did I jump too far? Are we okay? 67 take away 35. So 67, boom. 35, boom, with the subtraction, and then I'm just going to group. I probably went through that one too fast. Let's do one more start to finish. How about that? Okay, let me make up a brand new problem. Okay. $54 take away 38. All right, so we're going to use our number bond. So I'm going to do 54 here. So that would be a 50 and a 4. Place value is what we're doing. We're trying to really focus on digit and place value. 38. That 3 is a 30. That 8 is 8 1s. Okay, We good so far? Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to group all the 10s together and all the 1s together, but make sure you order matters for subtraction. Okay, now what just happened? Well, what just happened is that we can take 30 from 50, but I cannot take 8 from 4. I have to come over here and borrow. Okay, so it's up to you when you want to borrow. If you want to subtract first or if you want to borrow first. So here's what I mean by subtract first or borrow first. I could technically take 30 away from 50 and I could get 20. And I could then borrow over here. But if you think about up here, when we borrow, don't we go next door right away to make that a 14? Okay, so why don't we do that? So let's come back over here to my number bond. So I'm saying that when I do this repetitively in class, I'm going to always start with the 1s and then move to the 10s. So I'm going to go backwards. And the reason why I'm going to go backwards is because that's how we want them to use the standard algorithm, to go backwards. Okay? Okay. So here I am over here. So what I want to do is, I can't take 8 away from 4. So I need to go borrow 10. So this is going to become a 40. I'm going to add 10 over here. 10 plus 4 is the same thing now as 14 take away 8. Okay. 14 take away 8 is 6. 40 take away 30 is 10. So my answer is, put these together. 10 1s and a 6 are 16. So that is my answer. So really what we're doing, guys, so one of the biggest issues I have is that people go, Common Core's stupid. Why aren't they teaching students the skills that I learned? They are. They're still teaching the standard algorithm, but what they're trying to do is get students to think about place value and strengthen their concept of place value to understand why they borrow or why they carry. Okay? So students are going to learn this. But it's just how we build the backstory so that when they get here, they know what they're doing. That's really all it's about. So hang in there, stay patient, be kind, keep working at it.